Hi guys, my name is Abhishek. Today I will be discussing one of the chapter of your chemistry textbook, the structure of atom. So before starting this chapter, I would like to ask you a question. What is matter? So yes, the matter is anything which occupies space and having its mass, shape, size or volume we can say. Like this is a marker. The marker is having its own shape, size and mass and it is occupying space that makes it a matter. Like table, book, pen, pencil, chair, all are matter. So in this chapter you will be learning the structure of atom. So the atom, we can say all the matters are made up of some indivisible particles and those indivisible particles are called atoms. But in this chapter you will be learning that the atom is not indivisible. It is further subdivided into some particles. Yes, there are some subatomic particles inside the atom and those subatomic particles are called protons, electrons and neutrons. So the protons are positively charged particles, electrons are negatively charged particles and neutrons are neutral. So to explain the structure of atom, there are some theories and the first theory is J.J. Thomson theory. So what is in the J.J. Thomson theory? He said that the atom is a whole positively charged sphere and the positive charge is spread inside the atom. Like this is an atom, it is a positively charged sphere. The positive charge is whole spreaded inside the atom and the negatively charged electrons are embedded in it. This was said by the J.J. Thomson and he said the magnitude of total positive charge is equal to the magnitude of total negative charge and that makes the atom as whole neutral. The next theory is Rutherford theory of atom and that theory is also known as alpha ray scattering experiment. Actually in that theory Rutherford did an experiment. He took a thin sheet of gold foil, and he fired some alpha rays on that foil and he observed that what he observed? He observed like this is an atom and he fired some alpha rays and he observed that the fast moving alpha particles were getting passed through the atom. So what does that mean? If the fast moving alpha particles were getting passed through the atom, so he concluded that the most of the space inside the atom is empty and that empty space making the alpha particles to pass through it. But he also noted that there were some deflections happening. Yeah. The very less amount of particles were getting deflected with small angles like this. There were some deflections happening inside this atom and in between, in total center of the atom, the alpha particles were retracing its path in a straight line with 180-degree angle. So that means there is a positively charged particle inside the atom which is making the alpha rays to get deflected. So he named that particle nucleus. So what is the total explanation of atom according to Rutherford? He said that in an atom there is a positively charged particle inside. It is called nucleus and it is having the whole mass of the atom. Yes, and the electrons are revolving around it. But like this, he said that this is an atom. This is a positively charged nucleus and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. But there was a contradiction. The other scientists asked him that if the electrons are revolving around the nucleus, they must be getting some acceleration, they must be accelerating and they are losing some energy. And if electrons are losing energy, they must be falling inside the positively charged nucleus and the atom must be diminished. But that was not happening. So Rutherford couldn't explain that. So that explanation given by Bohr. So Bohr said that yes, the electrons are revolving around the nucleus, but the thing is electrons are revolving around the nucleus in some discrete specific orbitals, and in that specific orbitals electrons are not losing energy. So then he names that orbitals called k, l, m and n. So he introduced these orbitals, and in these orbitals electrons were not radiating energy and they are not losing energy and they are not getting far inside the nucleus. But even these specific orbits have their own capacity to hold electrons. So he introduced a formula to know the capacity of orbits to hold electrons, and that formula is 2n square. So in the place of n, we have to fill the number of the shell. Like this is k is equal to 1, l is equal to 2, 3, 4. And to find the capacity of k, we have to fill 1 in this. So it will be 2. For l, we have to put 2 in it. It will be 2 cos square 4, 2 is 8. Square of 3 is 9, 9 2 is 18. And for n, it will be 32. So these are the capacities of these particular orbits to hold the electrons. So that was all. I hope you like this video. Thank you.